A very pleasant day to you, and I welcome you to this segment on newspaper review. With me on set is by the name Cassie Tony. Good to have you on set, Cassie Tony.
Thank you so much, Kings.
Okay, without not wasting much of our time, let's look at our various newspaper platforms, which we will be starting with the Nigeria News Directs, which is 3 years after 50% of consumers with 5G enabled device unable to connect, coming from reports. That is, you find that in page 21 of that newspaper platform. We also have in page 11, Kwara reopens schools in banditry hit districts. That is in page 11. Still on that, troops eliminate top Boko Haram commander Abu Khalid, 10 others in Borno night raid. We also have in page 4, Snepco begins turnaround, maintenance at bunker to extend asset life. Moving on to the next newspaper platform, Voice of Liberty, which we have boldly written, FG approves 1 trillion naira metro rail project for Kano. Federal government to arraign perpetrators of Benue killing today. That is boldly written on that newspaper platform. Now on the top left, electricity removed from exclusive legislative lists. Still on that, 2027, Kwankwaso suspend ADC move over Obi's 2027 tickets. Now to the next newspaper platform, which is the Daily Trust. On the Daily Trust, we have Tinubu abroad 22 days in 1 month. Tinubu abroad 22 days in 1 month. We also have history impact as Governor Boni inaugurates world-class scientific research training center in Yobe. Moving to the next newspaper, which is the Blueprint newspaper. We have boldly written, 80 adopted Kaduna worshippers escape troops. Secures 70 in Niger. That is a tough one there. We also have on the top, African students honor Senator Yari, President Muhammad, others in Ghana. Now moving to the business aspects, which is written, FG plans bailout for Genco's in 4 trillion naira debt. Now moving to sports, on that same newspaper platform, Lookman poised to join Atletico Madrid. Now moving to the next newspaper platform, which is the Nigeria Tribune. On the Nigeria Tribune, we have boldly written, West Africa leaders meet in Ghana, agree on regional security framework. Find that in page 2 of that newspaper platform. On the top, in page 23, Osun Assembly vows to recover all diverted local government funds, restate oversight legislative power over local governments areas. Still on that, oil spill. Ijaw youth threatens to shut down oil facility. That's a sad one there in page 3. We also have oil recovery at Eba. Ogun government reframes jurisdiction, cites legal historical evidence. You find that in page 2 of that newspaper platform. Now going to the Daily Independence. On the Daily Independence, pressure mounts for extension as mid-tie leaders flounder. Experts see time as bigger risks factor for weaker banks. We also have in that newspaper, NLC TUC set for shutdown with Wike over workers' welfare. You find that in page 6 of that newspaper platform. Now, still on page 6, Ogoni's protest oil exploration. Resumption warns Tinubu of crisis. The Daily Monitor. On the Daily Monitor, politicians are Nigeria problem. Peter Obi, that is coming from the former governor of Anambra State. We also have in page 2, Labour Party commence congresses in March, coming from Governor Oti. We also have in page 4, Kaduna, 80 Kumiwali worshippers escape from bandit captivities. I will be handing over to my colleague, Cassie Tony, to talk about from the rest of the segment. Over to you, Cassie.
Thank you so much, Kings. Moving over to Punch newspaper. Boldly written, travels. Presidency spends 34 billion naira on forex in 2 years. On top of the newspaper, coup. I was marked for arrest. Assassination. That's coming from Defense Minister. You find it on page 16 of the newspaper. DHQ faces hit as military personnel bypass airport checks. You find it on page 2 of the newspaper. Health workers strike grounds hospitals. You find that on page 8 of the newspaper. Ogun, Ondo in fresh battle over oil-rich Banjul Island. You find that on page 9 of the newspaper. Moving to the Daily Sun, boldly written, outrage over incessant electricity grill failures. You find that on page 21 of that newspaper. LP, Usman-led NWC hails INEC over recognition. You find that on page 28 of the newspaper. Moving to the next newspaper, First Daily, boldly written, shoot on sight, controversy rocks presidency, Aisha Yusuf takes on Onanuga. Still in the newspaper, midnight attack rocks Niger community, police station, church burnt. Still in the newspaper, Peter Obi cries January hardship, urges leadership reset.
Thank you so much, Casitone.
Thank
And that's
you.
all we have on this segment on Newspaper Review. I am Kings Ojalo. Many thanks for being with us. It's a bye for now.